question about the education system during the lockdown. I just want to know your views over that topic. So my question is, can you guess the difference between traditional and digital education?
In traditional and digital education. In the traditional education, there is classroom teaching and regular teacher-student face-to-face interaction. And this interaction is not virtual, but actual. Both teachers and students go to school, college, or university, and these places have a particular ambience which enhances the teaching learning process. And this ambience helps both the teachers and students in their respective ways. Whereas in the digital education, the biggest handicap is that the classroom teaching is missing. And we have the virtual interaction between teachers and students. The kind of interaction which happens in the classroom in that particular ambience is vastly missing in the digital education. Now the communication is all through the gadgets, which is not the same as the communication or interaction which takes place within the four walls of the classroom. Also in digital education, there are lots of hurdles like network problem, the most basic problem, the disruption of online classes due to bad network, which simply spoils the momentum for both teachers and students. The attention of the students, as during the online classes, there is always the possibility of being distracted by other things at their home as they attend classes from their homes. The inaccessibility of lots of students to smartphone and smooth network, etc. So these are the problems. These are some of the problems of digital education. So yes, there is a vast difference between traditional and digital education.
So you prefer the traditional education better?
Sorry?
You prefer the traditional education?
Yes, of course. Of course, the traditional education is better and it is not a substitute, and digital education is not a substitute for traditional education.
And especially in country like India where network issue is common.
Exactly.
So my next question is, ma'am, which type of education is suitable for Indian students?
For Indian students, definitely the traditional education is the most suitable and the most inclusive one. Like I mentioned some of the problems of the digital education in my earlier answer. But in this traditional education, we should also include the technology in the classroom teaching to enhance the teaching learning process. We should focus on improving the infrastructure of our institutes through technology, by which I do not mean digitalizing education. Rather, I mean we should use technology in the traditional education, which will help us be technologically modern and also help in the dissemination of knowledge in a smoother, modern, and easy to grasp way. Remaining within the framework of the traditional education, technology should be used in the classroom teaching to help students learn and inspire more. So I think this type of education is suitable for Indian students.
Oh, okay, ma'am. My third question is, most of the students in India come from a poor family. How digital education can benefit students?
Yes, there is no doubt about the fact that most of the students in India do come from poor families. So in this scenario, digital education cannot benefit all the students. This is a hard reality. Digital education actually marginalizes and excludes students who come from economically weak backgrounds. For a country like India, where a large section of students come from economically weak backgrounds, digital education is not an all-inclusive way of education. This kind of education is actually exclusively only for a certain section of students who can access the required gadgets and who live in urban areas where they can access a smooth flow of network. Apart from this, some students live in small, cramped houses where they do not have enough space to even attend online classes with concentration, while some students experience toxic familial atmosphere at home. So that also hampers their mental peace and concentration, and they fail to make most of the online classes. So there are various kinds of problems associated with digital education, and hence digital education cannot and does not benefit all.
So my fourth question is, will the effort of Indian government to digitalize education be successful, or it will create a huge gap between rich and the poor section of the society?
See, the current pandemic has provided a strong impetus to the Indian government to digitalize education. But we must also remember that India is a developing country where a large section of its students belong to economically weak background and where many students live in interior rural regions where either they do not have any access to the modern technology and network or they have very little bit of access which is not enough for digitalized education. Hence, digitalized education does not cater to all, and indeed it will create a huge gap between rich and poor. It will magnify, intensify, and widen the difference between haves and haves not. A large section of students will be actually left behind in the digitalized education. So, the government of India should keep in mind these things in their effort to digitalize education.
And my fifth and the last question is, do you think that decreasing budgetary support can promote education towards Atmanirbhar Bharat or Vishwaguru?
No, not at all, not at all. Decreasing budgetary support cannot promote education towards Atmanirbhar Bharat or Vishwaguru because by doing so you're actually weakening the education system and not helping the education system grow and become world class. Allocating good budget for strengthening education system should be the top priority of any government because we must have good infrastructure at our government run institutes so that our students learn with good modern and up to date facilities and with less hurdles. So I don't think decreasing budgetary support can promote education towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. And to be Vishwaguru, the government should spend more and spend in a systematic way on the education of our children so that good education is not expensive, so that it is easily accessible to all the students, and so that good education does not remain the privilege of only a few students who come from economically strong background.
Yes, ma'am. I agree with your thoughts. Nice talking to you, ma'am. Lastly, I want to say, ma'am, please introduce yourself.
Oh, I am Sumbul Naseem. I am an assistant professor of English at TDB College, Raniganj.
Oh. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.